a microphone would help. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to today's stream / recorded video talking about the Nik Collection version 7. Now, I'm recording this live, or I'm doing this live for it to work as a recording later. So the regulars that are watching, welcome. It will be a short stream and it might not be as interactive as what you're used to, because basically I want to use this as a video without having to edit it. So welcome along to everybody who is wanting to have a bit of a look at the latest updates to the Nik Collection version 7, released today, May the 6th, 2024. If you don't know, my name is Andy Gray. I am an ICM photographer. I do live streams here on YouTube. I used to make videos for YouTube back in the day, but I've used the Nik Collection for many a year, long before DxO acquired the Nik Collection back in 2017, and even before Google acquired the Nik Collection back in 2012. So I've probably been using this for close to maybe 16 years, something like that. It's been a while. So needless to say, I am comfortable with the Nik Collection. So today we are going to go through some of the things I've discovered, some of the advertising bump that have been provided with, and basically see what is all involved in this new update from version 6 to version 7. Before we get too deep, I haven't been paid for this. I am an affiliate for DxO, so if you are interested in trialing this version 7 or purchasing version 7, there on YouTube, because we are multi-streaming to Twitch as well, on YouTube there is links below. Those are affiliate links, so if you use them, whether it be a trial period and then purchase through that, or just go straight for the purchase of the upgrade or the full version, then I will get a kickback. But what we're going to look at today is the trial version. It hasn't been unlocked. I haven't been provided with a code or anything. All I've had was the opportunity to play with the Nik Collection back potentially 2 weeks ago. I think I've actually used it for about an hour and a half out of all that time because of scheduling. So anyways, good evening everybody, that my usual viewers. Hello to you all. Hope you're all well. Just a note, no Tuesday night edits tomorrow night. I am busy with a workshop this week, so I've been given leave of absence to do this live stream, just to basically not help get the word out about the Nik Collection, but to hopefully demonstrate and give my own opinions of what is going on with the Nik Collection. So let us bring up some marketing bump from DxO about the Nik Collection version 7. So let's have a quick scroll through with all the other stuff. The Nik Collection, yeah, that's just rubbish. The milestones and the timeline of the Nik Collection, 1995 when it first appeared. Color Effects Pro is very much highlighted in this release. It is the module, the out of the 7 modules that is part of the Nik Collection, it is the main one that has had work done to it. The whole package as a whole has had some additional capabilities added, but I would say the Nik Collection has had the most applied to it, which is probably why they are highlighting it here in this marketing bump. Like I said, Google bought it in 2012 and DxO took it on in 2017 after Google decided they weren't going to do anything with it, and lots and lots of photographers out there in the world kind of panicked because many of us used it and relied on it. DxO did their first version in 2018. They redesigned all the plugins with version 6 last year, and now we have, was it the first full DxO version? Is this native? Oh well. like I say, marketing bump. So plugins, we've got color effects, silver effects, analog effects, Viveza, HDR effects, define, and sharpener. So what is new in this particular version? Remember, this is not my words, this is their words. Expanding creativity with an elliptical tool, a polygonal tool, luminosity masks. It is supposedly 30% faster. We can now switch from plugin to plugin. So if you go in color effects, you can switch without going back to Photoshop or back to Lightroom. You can switch to silver effects if you wish. There is a quick export option, and there's filter management and organization with presets, etc. Flexibility. What have they got listed under here? Extended HSL. That's hue, saturation, and luminance in color effects. Dynamic and stackable filters, and Viveza capabilities within color effects, so you don't need to go out into Viveza for those alterations which you do in there.
I love you.
Your move, Friar Tuck.
Thank you very much for the subscription, Jen. Thank you very much. Disrupting my flow. So the elliptical tool, we probably all know it from Lightroom. The ability to shape a selection point, the Nik Collection, and yeah, I think it is just the Nik Collection, but has a U-point capability. So you click on the image, and beforehand it only gave you a circle, so all you could do was expand the size of that circle, which was very restrictive. Now they've finally, it's taken them how long, added the capability to make an elliptical shape to that U-point technology. So as you can see, that U-point can be shaped using drag points, etc. on there. They have added a polygonal tool for selections. Personally, can't see the point in this, but never mind. It is a tool that might be useful for somebody out there. I'll not be using it, pretty certain of that. They now have a luminosity mask capability. Like I say, most of this is in color effects. There is one or two other that go over into silver effects and analog effects and those other modules. Like I said, you can switch from one plugin to another plugin without transitioning back to Photoshop, back to Lightroom. Big time saver. So they do mention that it's, the program itself is faster. Obviously, we can see it's going to be a benefit on just workflow speed. Quick export is a new feature which, whilst in silver effects, color effects, etc., if you hit the quick export button, that will create a TIFF or a JPEG, whatever you set it to, and that will save a copy of the edit at that current time within the plugin back onto your hard drive. However, if you are on analog effects, which is the module which I use daily, I think you can set it to save as another image, but what it does with analog effects is actually it sends that particular version back to Photoshop as a layer. But for some reason, it only does it in analog effects rather than color effects, silver effects, HDR effects. I don't use it, so I'm going to disregard some of these plugins because I don't use them, and I have no experience of them. But why would they put this capability in to just go to Photoshop as a layer in just analog effects. That for me is a weird one, but we'll probably come back to that momentarily. So yeah, you can export as a TIFF or a JPEG. Personally, I would definitely like to see this certainly applied to silver effects, because I think, thinking back to my days of doing black and white long exposures, I would take one long exposure and I would edit that image 3 different times and then mix the varying exposures together. Now, if that was just a case of clicking quick export, that sends it back to Photoshop as a layer. Edit again on an over, not an oversaturated because it's black and white, an overexposed version. You can send that back as a layer, and then you can blend the two together. That would be, personally, I think that would be very handy and very good to do. Jen is here to keep the peace, Peter. I am not ignoring you. I'm just trying to keep it as a video. But yes, my regulars, please behave. Filter management and filter and preset management. They have added, in the last one, they added a search function for presets and a bit of organization. Here on the left-hand side, you can see it blown up here. This, personally, when I was playing around with it or looking at it, I felt it was a little confusing. So you could maybe do, but you can hide various presets as well, and you can give them your own categories as well. So I did ask the question, as somebody that sells presets, I was going to say a link below, but I forgot to add it to the description. Not to worry. As somebody that sells presets, could I give them their own category which would carry over to the user? But they said no. So if you buy presets from me, you will still have to organize them in your own way. But to me, that was a bit of a mess, and could maybe be tightened up a little bit. But that's just my personal thoughts. Extended HSL in color effects. There's various ways of now selecting color and adjusting color, as you can see, using various sliders. That's the word. And they've added a vibrancy slider as well, probably for shits and giggles. And supposedly you can add the same filter multiple times, but I think this might be only in color effects, from what I believe. It would be, as somebody that uses Analog Effects Pro and is constantly going back and forward to to Photoshop to do things, it would be lovely if we could stack like the same modules in that as well. So I might, if I'm sending this back to DxO for them to listen to, take notes. I'll obviously, as we go through it, there's a few suggestions here for you all to work on back there in Paris. For the Viveza plugin, if you watch me, you'll know I use it now and again to just tweak the overall image or add a bright spot, etc. If you're in color effects, you can access global adjustment, selective tones, and white balance, which are native to Viveza, from within color effects. It doesn't come up as a panel, which would have been helpful. You have to go, it's there as it's almost like works as a preset or a filter. So you have to, the easiest way to find it is actually type in Viveza, which is a bit of a pain, to be honest. But yeah, a separate panel within color effects that said Viveza would have been lovely, but here we are. So, summary of the main features of the Nik Collection as a whole: 7 plugins. One thing I must note is, if it matters to you, they have removed perspective from the whole Nik Collection package. But if you've owned the Nik Collection version 6, you can still use the perspective tool in that. It just means you'll have to have 2 iterations of the Nik Collection installed. So if you use that, then it is a bit of a downer. But as somebody that barely does a straight line anyway, it doesn't really matter for me. Integrates Photoshop, Lightroom, DxO's own Photolab, and Affinity for those of you. So plenty to go off on there. And I presume it still works as a standalone program as well. Yeah, so all of that good stuff. Yeah, the new stuff: elliptical, polygonal tool, luminosity masks, switcher from plug-in, quick export, library management, supposedly faster. And the color effects, updates, various filters, grain, clear view, HSL, and Viviers are added. So and the upgrade price, or the new for a brand new license, €159, 145 quid. Upgrading, if you can only upgrade from version 5 or 6, €89 or dollars, 79 quid. Seems to be the usual going rate for them. Oh well, there you go, Serge. Then you might be a little bit disappointed that it's missing then. But myself, I obviously don't use it. I've played with it, but that's about as far as it goes. So yes, it's available today, and that is that. So if I open up Lightroom, or switch to Lightroom, I should say. I'm not going to do a full edit or something or anything, but we can maybe just have a little bit play with a very badly shot image here. I'm actually going to make that go away. There we are. So this is, I thought I would, let's stick this into Photoshop. I'm not going to do any pre-edits or anything like that on here. Yes, but if anybody's got any questions about the new version, I will try to answer it. Try. Obviously, I'm not working for them or anything like that. I'm just going over the details and giving you my feedback on them. So I'd say there's still work to do, I would say. Whether they're actually going to do it is another matter. Right, color effects. Let's jump into there to see what we have. As you can see, this is a trial version. I haven't been given a code or anything, which is why this is not an advert. So let's tool. One of the things that they still haven't fixed is the UI on my system is still tiny. It's a bit annoying. Right, as you can maybe tell, I've got a bloody clue what to do in there we go, HSL. That's new. I'll give that a start. I can find it. What else was that? Clear view, whatever that is. We'll give that a go. So, what was the? Yes, the elliptical tool, wasn't there? Is that one? Yeah. So if we click on there and click on there, so you can see you can now scale that there. How do you do this? Oh, there we are. Make it look like a hand. That's what it is. So you can now change the... But the only thing I did notice is I couldn't see a way of rotating it. There must be. Because otherwise it's stupid. Oh no, there it is. There we are. I could maybe work on the positioning of the grab to be able to do that. And then in here... Can we? No, we can't do. See, this is. I just don't do. There we are. We've increased the desaturation. We've changed the color. There we are. As you can see, we are outside the elliptical tool. I'm sure using these little sliders here will give you feather, etc. It's probably referred to as something else in this software. But in Lightroom Photoshop, it's known as feather, isn't it? So yeah, it's got, you know, new tools. That kind of stuff. They make this stone look orange. So you can see the elliptical thing, the capability, sorry, is, I think for me, it's definitely going to be a big help. What was I making it weird for? Yeah, so we've got this HSL slider. We can probably pinpoint yellows, and you can alter these bits. A bit like Peter's blend if controls by the looks of it. There you go, boost the saturation. You can see that getting a lot more vibrant. Changing the, yeah, bit of an orange lichen instead of yellow or fungus, whatever you want to call it. So you can see I can see that being quite powerful for the right kind of images at the right time. So great improvements there. What was clear view? What did that entail? Intensity. Oh, what I would call crushing an image. Okay, fair enough. We're all exploring together this evening. This is completely unrehearsed. This is very much winging it, as you can obviously appreciate. There you are. Here's in its removal. Yeah, there'll be something like that. It's obviously kind of what I would call crushing the image as well. But yeah, I mean, color effects, if you haven't used it before, you've got loads and loads of various tools, filters, whatever you want to call them, part of it. I used to use pro contrast quite a lot when I used to do landscape stuff, and the skylight filter as well. Yeah, it's always different lingo for different software. So that's a little bit of the color effects stuff. One of the big things that they didn't notice, which I noticed immediately and thought was great, was beforehand you had to click a button for it to zoom in. Now you can use the scroll wheel. Finally, unless it was in a later version of version 6, because I never really updated after version 6.3. You can now scroll using the scroll wheel on your mouse, which for me is going to be a big help, because beforehand you had to it was fit or fill or one-to-one, or you had to click it so many times to zoom in, and then remember to click another button for it to zoom out. Very annoying, but they've now caught up with 2010, and they now have the ability to scroll zoom. Fantastic. Right, let's cancel that. Close. Let's close that off. No, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Right, what else was I going to look at? Yeah, I was going to show you what I was hoping it would do would be the quick export thing of the various differing exposures in silver effects, but it doesn't work that way, annoyingly. So DxO, take note. Add in the ability for it to take it to a layer in Photoshop and let it work that way. Right, so if I very quickly do something in Analog Effects Pro, then I can demonstrate that capability of it going to yeah, that'll do. Right, We've been to on the workshop today. We've been to Duddo Stone Circle, and it's been rather dreary and rather damp and a bit miserable. But good crack. But the weather's been not great. So if I just do a little some mad basic editing of this. Obviously I'm not going to go too ridiculous. Okay, like that. I'm not bothered about dust spots or anything like that. So this is purely to hopefully demonstrate. And I'm not going to do loads of multiple layers either. But hopefully we'll demonstrate how it does the switching thing, which we'll do. Right, so obviously I use analog effects a lot, so I'm going to click on that. Wait 7 years for it to load, continue trial. Now my presets should be in, or they were on the beta version that I had. Imported, that's what I want. Come on, display them. They say it's 30% faster. Custom presets I've noticed, take quite a long time to display, which is a bit annoying. Right, okay, let's click on that one. That'll do. Okay, lovely. If we just swivel this around a little bit. Like that, and we'll make that. Oh, that is 400%, okay. I've got to get used to it because I'm now looking at it zoomed out. I am used to seeing it filling the screen like so. Let's go with about there. Let's make it warm. There's no artistic value to this, by the way. This is purely for demonstration purposes. Right, so we have imagine. Yes, load import. Imagine I have spent like my usual hour and a half creating a piece for you, and my usual thing of like, well, I've done one version. What would it be like if I did another version? If I click the quick export button up here, tap that, it should send a layer to Photoshop. Just wait for this to process. Right, it says it's exported. I'm hoping it is going back to Photoshop. It'll not be displayed until it's come out of there, though, won't it? Because it did do it when I used the beta version the other day. So unless they've changed it, well, they bloody haven't, because it was very helpful. Unless there's a setting to change. Preferences. Export. Let's enter the original thing. Cancel. Anyways, it's all right. It's make Andy look like a fool, dear. Right, let's go click on this one. You'll be able to see that. And if I click quick export there, come on, do another one. Then we'll definitely know if it works. If not, I'll be writing a very strongly email tomorrow morning. Well, not tomorrow morning because I'm out, but I'll be getting in touch with the DxO and say, what the bloody hell are you playing at, boys? Make it go to Photoshop as a layer. Right, so that's 2 versions. So, of course, now we have the ability to switch to another preset, another plugin, remember, which I explained earlier. So, with what have you got on screen here, I can send it to Viveza, Silver Effects, Color Effects, Define, to get rid of all this noise, maybe, sharpener output, etc., etc. We can do all that. So let's, for giggles, let's go to Silver Effects. I did read that it exports it as a layer if you're using Analog Effects Pro, but I may be mistaken. There might have to be an edit for this video. See, it hasn't exported as a layer. I've been lied to. Somebody's conned me. They need to do that. Let's just click on that one and then go to apply. So you can switch in between. Obviously, you can see that you can switch between modules like that, and it will obviously speed the process up, which is a good thing. Did this do anything or not? Apply. Still thinking about it because my computer is slow. So we have, we just have the one layer. It didn't give us both quick exports. So I will. So you can actually do it, but you would have to go into the the folder that your original image came from, and then bring that back into Photoshop. So I suppose it is possible to be useful, but it would be way better if all it did was export as a layer. That would be the winning point. So, but yes, we are. I suppose another way is if you switch it to one plugin to another, that might be faster than closing the Nik Collection down and then coming back into it from Photoshop. One of them things. But yes, I will be petitioning DxO to add that as a feature, and spank their asses for not doing it in this one. Right, so I could do my usual trick of trying to blend these together. Not wise. Let's forget about that. But yeah, you can see how we can now switch from one to the other. I was so excited about the quick export function because obviously the way Lightroom works is you can't, when you've finished it in Photoshop, you click save, it saves it back into your Lightroom catalog. If all it's doing is creating a TIFF or a JPEG and sending that into the folder that the image came from, you've got to then go into Lightroom and import that image again if you want to use Lightroom as your cataloging thing, which is a bit frustrating and long-winded, but that's Lightroom's problem really, not DxO's. So it would be really, really good if an option was not just to save it as a file but to put it as a layer back into Photoshop. There's probably an issue why they can't do it, but I was so excited about that function. I am less excited now. I'm so disappointed. But I think overall, depending on how you use the Nik Collection, if you don't own it now and you want to learn more about it, or get used to it as a editing tool or a supplemental editing tool, I would say it's definitely worth it. Even if you're jumping on version 7, some of us have been using it since far distant past. And so I would say, if you're going to jump on now. There is more tools there available to play with, to use the elliptical selection for the U-point technology In version 6, they gave you the line selection, the line version of the Upoint technology, which was needed by a long way for many a year. So it's a point to be jumping on to as a 6 point, like a version 6 user, moving up to version 7 immediately, just for the hell of it. Is it worth the update? As an analog effects module user predominantly, they haven't really added anything for that particular model. The additions have very much been for the color effects plugin. There's been obviously a few universal changes, but generally it's not been... Have we disconnected? Or is it just chat disconnected? But yeah, so maybe whether it's worth it immediately to upgrade if you've just got version 6, or you've just recently upgraded to version 6, do you want to jump into version 7 immediately? You know, it's another cost, so it's kind of up to yourself. Why is chat disconnected? Are we offline? Am I offline? Is anybody on Twitch being able to watch? Jen, if you're on Twitch, are we connected? The YouTube chat is disconnected. We'll give it a second, see if it comes back. Beep. Right, you're there, Jen, on Twitch. The YouTube chat is disconnected, supposedly, Jen. So, anyways. But yeah, I mean, the upgrade price is, was it $89, £79, or €89 as well? Does it? Oh, right, that's okay. It just, at the bottom of my box, it says unable to connect. It's all right. As long as everybody can see, that's fine. Yeah, it's just disconnect. It's just disconnected for me. That's all. Everybody else is working. Right. Anyways. So, have you got like $89, €89, £79 spare to upgrade again? Is it, how much do you value the potential time savings and time special? Yes. So that's the kind of thing you've got to balance up. Is it worth it? If it was me, and in my financial situation, I would maybe be holding off for a little while longer, because I am an analog effects user, and if they improve it a little bit more, like I've suggested, then great, jump all over it, give them all the monies, and make a big success of it. But at the moment, for me personally, for my own work, it's not really going to make much of a difference if I upgrade from 6 to 7. But those of you who use color effects a lot, great. I probably, as personally, I maybe should use color effects more than what I actually do, because it would give me more control. And I suppose one of the main benefits for me, if I was to do that, upgrade to version 7, is the ability to switch within the plugins quickly. So it would allow me then to use color effects more often, because it's then I don't have to come out of the Nik Collection into Photoshop again and then open up the next plugin. It's all kind of interchangeable in this version 7. So maybe on that front it is worth it, because it then becomes a time saving. Time is money. Time is precious. So there you go. Right. Thank you everybody much for watching this brief little presentation and thoughts video on the Nik Collection, and a bit of experimentation on the functionality. And we've been let down on the functionality in one sense, which would be great if they would add that functionality in I will be emailing them at the earliest opportunity to hopefully get them to do that, because I think that would definitely make a huge difference. The ability to export back into Photoshop without leaving the plugin. I think that would be great to do. It might be too complex to do, but I think it would be great if it was possible. Because obviously you can do it if you click apply, and then it makes a new layer anyway. So, well, we'll see. We will see. So, but those of you who just want to watch till this point, thank you very much for watching. If you interested in trialing the software, links below. If you're interested in purchasing the software, there's a link below. Those are affiliate links. I will get a bit of a kickback if you use those links and purchase. If you want any presets for Analog Effects Pro, then by the time this video goes out again, I will have added in my links for those presets. And to everybody else who is watching that is in my usual crew, I'll hang around for another 10 minutes or so for a bit of a crack. So everybody else, thank you very much. It's been lovely to have you as part of the channel. If you're not already, please do subscribe. We are very close to 10,000 followers. It'll be lovely to achieve that on the back of this video. Right, until the next one, keep it hard. See yous. And for everybody else that is sticking around, how is everybody? How is everybody? I'm going to make the camera big again. Is the chat still broken? Hold on, I'm going to close the chat on that one and see if I can bring it back. YouTube still says disconnected. I can't see. I can't see YouTube chat. And it's even disconnected on here. If I resume, I don't know whether there's been an issue with. I mean, as long as the streams continue to go out, it says there's been an issue with the stream. So I don't know. Right. Right, if I bring this back, pop out chat. Love it when things. This is why I enjoy doing things live, because if I recorded this, it would be so boring, and I'd be able to, you know, you would never know it went wrong. Come on, move that over. Fantastic. Great. Lovely stuff. Make you bigger. Change that to live chat. Has it killed it? No, it's there. And I'm back. I can see you all. It paused for a moment. Okay, and then alright, okay, so there must have been some kind of disruption. So how is everybody? I'm gonna miss you tomorrow night because I'm not streaming tomorrow night. Busy with this workshop this week, which is a lot of fun already. I'm completely out my element. I don't do groups. I don't do groups. I don't do bad weather, and I don't do thinking photography. I'm struggling. Hiya, Chris. How are you doing? Good to see you, man. But I hope everybody's all good. Hope everybody's good. You're lucky, Andrew. It has been miserable up here. Miserable. And that's been for days as well. Yeah, when the south has had the decent weather, it's just stayed grey and murky. It's been miserable. Well, the workshop's going good. Enjoying it. Really nice bunch of people. Yeah, I mean, I must admit, Andrew, I never use. To be honest, out of the Nik Collection, all I use is is Analog Effects, and Silver Effects is not really not really. And, you know, SilverFX is the only other one that I kind of use a bit. But yeah, obviously, I think it was Sergio or Serge uses perspective as well. So it is a bit of a bugger. But the thing that's annoying me, I'm sure I read about that particular export thing. It actually exported it as a layer if it's on Analog FX Pro or whatever you call it these days. So that's annoying. So I'm gonna email Michael tomorrow. Tell the devs to make, like, for all the plugins, you know, all the plugins, not just the one. Yeah, don't. Not at all, Andrew. Not at all. Don't do straight lines or anything. Oh, nice, Aileen. Nice. Well, at least you're doing it in cars and not bikes. Well, we could challenge it one day, Andrew. We could challenge it. We can see what it does. See what it's capable of. Yeah, I mean, I think... Did I use perspective? To be honest, I think I've only really used the version in Photoshop and Lightroom. I don't think I actually used the Nik Collection version. Because to me, is it not like a recent addition as a plugin? As in the last 10 years? I'm very much behind. Yeah. I would not like to be that. Next door neighbour's brother lives, I think his brother lives on the Isle of Man. And yeah, they're kind of subjected to it every year. I'm sure it's great fun if you're into that kind of thing, but I can just think of not a lot of fun. Not a lot of fun. Really? Right. I think I do need to get into find a use for color effects, because I think I need to, you know, like, not highlight something, but am I live on Twitch still or not? The number's still going, but the screen says it's off. No, well, not agree. I am. Well, that's all right, Jen. It's just on it's a stream preview and it says offline. Yeah. Peter, when's your next video coming out? I thought it was going to be last week. Or was it going to be this week? That's craziness, Jen. That's craziness. Always odd socks. By the way, everybody, we're on Twitch. I'm up to 99 followers. Thank you, Aileen, by the way, for following on Twitch. I didn't see it until I logged in today. And thank you very much, Jen, for resubscribing for 5 months. Yes, just one more to make it 100. Hint, hint. Anybody watching? It's easy to find. It's the same name. Peter, have you been distracted? Have you been distracted by shiny things away from making videos? I can officially confirm at some stage I'm going to buy, even though we did talk about it, Andrew, I am going to buy the Osmo Pocket 3, because I can see it being one of these things that allows me to get back to making videos. In a semi-timely, because I mean this workshop that I'm doing now, I ran 2 years. Well, helped co-led 2 years ago. I still haven't done the videos from that 2 years ago. I recorded 5 days worth of videos. I think I released 2, and haven't really done videos since. So, hi Fabio, welcome to the channel. Fabio, if you're not following already, I'm on 99 followers, and if you followed, it would make 100. Thank you very much, Fabio. I mean, obviously you're speaking Argentinian, but welcome along. 100 followers, everybody. 100 followers. Yeah. Yeah, next stage 200. Get on it, everybody. Well, the next step is like 5 subscribers. That's what I'm aiming for next. Yeah. Well, to be honest, just a few more on YouTube would be lovely. No worries, Peter. Have a good rest of the day. We'll see you soon. I need to change the stream elements prompts for the new new version. God damn it. I'm not sorry Fabio, I'm not going to do any editing tonight. We were just doing a brief stream talking about the new Nik Collection. Going over what's new and whether it's any good. So, editing streams will be back. Maybe I might do a Twitch one at the weekend, depending. But I'm running a workshop this week, so I haven't really got time to do any streams this week. Because I've got to pay attention to the paying punters. I've got to prioritise them. So I'm doing a Tuesday night edits in person tomorrow night. Nice, Andrew. Nice. That's good. What's the subject this week, Andrew? I must apologise. I've barely been anywhere near YouTube since about Friday. Okay, very good. Very good. A very technical one. Yeah, we're kind of talking about content and stuff today with one of the workshop people, and he was basically saying, "Get back to writing newsletters." So yeah, I do, and also, running like not virtual courses, but like mini courses where you can just buy that particular course, that kind of thing. So I need to put some time aside to develop these type of things. So that's one of the great things about this particular workshop, because I'm running it with Rob Knight, and he's a photographer, and it's all up here. He's a very thinking and creative photographer, whereas for me it's like go stand in front of that and waggle your arm around. But he's doing it, very thoughtful thought processes and putting restrictions on the people that are there to concentrate on certain things. It's very good if you like that kind of thing. It's like the location day. It was like, right, Andy, how would you approach it? And I'm like, I'd still be in the house because the weather's miserable. That's how I would be approaching it. I'd be sat here editing or watching YouTube, one of the two. But it's been great. It's been really good so far. Really enjoyed it. And we've still got tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday to go. So lots more opportunity for more ICM work from me. I haven't taken a lot, obviously. I've taken a bit. Taking some straight shots as well. Most disturbing. Most disturbing. Right, everybody, it is 9 o'clock. I'm going to hop off because I better spend some time with the family and the dog and etc. Because I want an early night. Because I've got to go and leave early again in the morning to meet up with them again for a full day out again. Yeah, when did they arrive? They arrived Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and they leave Friday, I think. So, well, Thursday's the last full day anyway. So they're staying in some fancy accommodation. I'm staying at home. Rob's doing all the cooking and all the evening entertainment. I'm coming back here to look after the Eldon. So, but I'm going back, like, after I've sorted her out tomorrow evening, I'll go back along there and do some editing, help with them, and probably have dinner with them as well. And similar for the rest of the week as well. So it's I was going to say it's quite intensive. It's not, because it's very relaxed pace. But yeah, should be good. Yeah, Andrew, that's kind of why I'm like, I think I'm just going to buy the Osmo Pocket 3 when things come back into stock. That's the hard part at the minute, is finding anywhere that's got stock. You can get the thing by itself, but it hasn't got the creator combo, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to do that, and then I can get back to making videos, he says. He says he might get back to videos. I keep on meaning to do Wednesday waffles as well, and I always keep forgetting. Because at the minute as well, because we started the workshop proper yesterday, which felt like a Monday but was actually Sunday. I think I did actually see that one, Andrew. I did look on eBay as well. But I was like, do I trust eBay? Not really. So I'm completely mixed up with the days, and obviously with me streaming tonight, I'm going to think tomorrow's Wednesday, but it's actually Tuesday. So yeah, 512 for a refurbished thing is not great. Yeah, I think is I'd rather get it from Wex or somewhere like that. There's a bit more comeback for it. So we shall see. But anyways, I better go anyways. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Sorry I won't be around tomorrow for Tuesday night edits. I know, Andrew. Get a couple of cards for it, but I will see you after the workshop is finished. But yeah, I'll be back. We feel like Thursday's last full day. Friday, I'll no doubt be trying to catch up with things at home, and then so I might do a Twitch stream or something at the weekend, which we shall see. But if not, I see you next Tuesday for the next Tuesday night edits. Right. Till then, keep it hard. See you for the second time.